welcome back to Life on the French. Today we're going to be talking about hamster babysitting. First, I'm going to go over how to, some basic knowledge that your hamster babysitter should know. If you're a hamster babysitter and you're panicking because you don't know what to do, stick around. We'll give you tips. It'll be fine. Breathe. And then we're going to go over, for the hamster owner, how to set up your babysitter for success. Some of the tips and tricks we use when we're taking a trip. So what do you need to know when you're babysitting a hamster? The first thing you need to know is that not to panic if you don't see the hamster, if you're only there to feed the hamster and clean the dish and stuff. They're nocturnal, so you might not see them, and that's okay. If you're babysitting them for a long time, like a couple weeks, and you don't see them, then I would call the hamster owner. You can call as soon as you'd like, but I'm saying in the first 2-3 visits, well, the first week, so probably you get there 2 times, maybe 3 times, it's okay. Our babysitter, I think, has never seen Patch. Is that right?
I think that's right. Yeah, one time through the labyrinth.
Yeah, through the labyrinth, our hamster babysitter, who we've had for 3 years, has never seen Patch. And Patch is fine. So don't panic. The second thing you'll need to know are how much food to give a hamster. So if your hamster's owner did not give you the tips I'm about to give them, what they need is about 2 to 3 tablespoons of seed mix every 2 or 3 days, which is probably how often you're going. So 2 to 3 tablespoons of seed mix, and I would throw in a protein pellet. You can never have too much protein if they have them. So that's tip 2. The third thing is if you notice that there's an area in the cage that smells, spot clean it. You can use gloves if you want, or and I'm talking about really smells. It's not, hamsters smell, they just do. I'm talking about ridiculous. Or if you want to, you can wash the wheel if that's where they're peeing a lot. But the big point here is hamsters are pretty darn self-sufficient. They just need to be fed. However, if your hamster owner has asked you to interact with your hamster, which we had them do with our friendliest hamsters, you want to show them how you get them out of the cage. They should show you. If they did not show you, what I would suggest doing is grab a mug, put the mug in the cage, wait for them to go into the mug. You don't need to chase them around. Then scoop them up, and then put them in the playpen area that maybe you section off. Or if they have a bathtub, put something over the drain, sit in the bathtub with them, and just let them run around. It doesn't need to be complicated. You don't have to hold them if you don't want to. And the mug, I would say, is the safest way if you're interacting with a hamster. With the exceptions of robos who are fast. Then you need a mug with a lid. Maybe a Tervis or coffee cup thing. But yeah, that would be my top, however many tips that was, tips for you as a hamster babysitter beginner. I wish you the best of luck, and enjoy your experience babysitting these lovely creatures. Now for part 2. So we're going to be taking you through our process of preparing our stuff for our hamster babysitter. So, for a little context, the reason we started doing it this way, if you're looking at me like I'm crazy looking at these Tupperwares and stuff, we started doing this because our hamster babysitter was really unsure of how much food to give them, and on the safe side, overfed them, which is better than underfeeding. But when we came back, Butter, who is our skinniest hamster right now because of her teeth, was like a marshmallow. And so we had to put her on a diet. But then she started losing weight anyway. It's a long story. So we prefer to prepare them for success, especially if you, like me, do a blend that is not just one seed mix. So typically you want to have like a seed mix, a protein thing, and like a treat. So what we use are our seed mix, protein pellet, mealworms. And then over here we have protein pellet dust. This is for our hamster Butter, who has teeth problems. Now, this way you can do, if your hamsters are used to like seed days and then protein days, you can keep that schedule with the Tupperware. Or if they're used to giving it all at once, but you know how much your hamster eats, put that amount in there. So that's what we do for the food. Another thing that we do, because we have a hamster with like special needs, Butter, in the sense of her teeth, we're going to be putting notes. So this is Butter's set. So we'll put a note in here that will say, like, put in fresh baby carrot, or like, put in the baby food, put in, the whatever, the yogurt. That way, it's the same format, and your babysitter can feel secure that they're doing the right thing. Because really, when it comes to hamster babysitting, yeah, you want your babies looked after. I have generalized anxiety diagnosed. I worry about them constantly. See the snake video for proof. But at the same time, your babysitter is probably more nervous than you, especially if you're asking them to interact. So that's my second point. My second point is, if you want them to interact with your hamster, like you're going to be gone for a long time and you don't want your hamster just stuck in the cage, you should introduce your hamster to your babysitter in advance. Maybe like 2 times. One time maybe is fine if you like bond with them and your hamster is friendly. But if not, maybe 2 times. And you also want to show them how you get them out of the cage. Because some hamsters are cage, like territorial. Like Gamer is cage territorial. So we get him out with a mug. He's totally friendly on your hands outside of the cage. But if you try to just scoop him, not good. Whereas with Butter, you can just literally pick her up. And with Patch, you have to like seduce him into like getting out. He's a teenager, moody, like doesn't come out of his room, hamster. So you want to prepare your babysitter for your hamster's personality and how to get them out of the cage. Third thing is, you're going to want to show them however your water bottle works, or if you have a water dish. If you have a water dish, you're going to want them to be refilling it like, every time they come. With a water bottle, they probably won't need to refill it, depending on how long you're gone. But if they need to refill it, show them how to do it. My main point here is you should lay out what needs to happen for your hamster so that your babysitter feels confident and you feel confident that your hamsters are going to be fine. Hamsters are pretty self-sufficient, but that said, if your babysitter, let's say, like finds all these treats and your hamsters go nuts and then she just gives them all the treats, problems. So that's why I recommend this method or the tablespoon method, where if you're using one mix and you all have it in one spot, however many tablespoons you're using, 2 to 3, tell them that. Put a tablespoon by it. And if you're interested in where we got these, if you want to try it for yourself, we got these from the Dollar Tree. Because God bless the Dollar Tree, am I right? So, yeah, we find these useful, not just for like when traveling, but we've also used them to keep like treats that we've made that they like fresh. Because like, why use a big thing of Tupperware? So anyhow, we found these to be really useful for our hamsters. If you have any suggestions or advice for hamster babysitters or for hamster owners who need a babysitter, please leave them in the comments down below. We'd always like to improve, and our community does as well. If you liked this video and found it informative, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of our content, hamster or otherwise, click subscribe and ding the bell button to know when we post, which is every day. And most importantly, I hope you and your hammy, if you have one, have a wonderful day. Bye!